Think we're live. What's up, everybody?
Did you call in the channel?
Yeah, I put it in the channel. Yeah, there's 18 people watching right now.
Hello, everyone. Nice.
Let me see. It's getting stormy.
Absolutely.
Let us know in the chat box if everyone can hear us properly.
Should be okay.
Yeah, just making sure.
Okay, so let's begin, I reckon. Will you start or?
You can start. I have to pull up my Coinigy.
Okay. Just a small moment. Gonna share my screen. There we go. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Live Me. I'm just putting up the Bitcoin chart. Give me a second because I don't know why I just jumped. Okay, so right now we are about to break the all-time high. I don't think it will take very long. Actually, even if I look at this chart, it might happen tomorrow if we're lucky. I'm sure you all have noticed the tremendous bear market we are in now altcoin-wise. Last time that happened was at the previous Bitcoin high. And afterwards, there was a good bull market. There are some concerns for me, and I will draw them out right now. We are about to finish the Elliott wave. And as it says in the books, the final wave will have the lowest volume.
Which is exactly what we're seeing.
Absolutely. Yep, that's what we're seeing. We had a spike here at this low. And after that, as you can see, the volume has been slowly declining, especially the unbalanced volume. If we keep it going at this rate and we break the all-time high with this volume, then I don't think it will hold out very long. So yeah, I'm bullish for now on Bitcoin. I'm very bullish. I think it can go as high as 6,000. I surely hope so. And after it has gone to 6,000, I think we can expect an altcoin party. Absolutely, we can expect an altcoin party.
Yeah.
But for now, as you've probably seen already, everything is in red. It's hell right now. Everything is just falling beyond beliefs. Okay, let's see. Did you get your Coinigy ready?
Yep. Hold on one second. I'm trying to correct some things real quick. I want to go over Litecoin, and I want people to understand that Litecoin is still an altcoin, just with all of the other altcoins. Unfortunately, just like Ethereum has been down today as well. And I think that it's going to continue to take that hit until Bitcoin finishes its fifth wave. And then once that wave is finished, I think that the altcoins will start waking up. I don't know if you think the same thing, Jeffrey.
Yeah, absolutely.
As people start to sell their Bitcoin at the top, they're going to convert it over into the alternative coins at the low, basically buying low, since they're going to be in the red already. And then we'll see an altcoin party. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you how long that altcoin party is going to last at the current one. We can see Litecoin's continuing to fall down. Hold on one second. I'm going to pull up my Coinigy. Litecoin's continuing to fall. So my targets for Litecoin, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing real quick. Hold on, let me pull this up. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. All right. I'm gonna pull on my screen. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, can you see my screen, Jeffrey? Jeffrey?
I'm not seeing any screen. I didn't even see my screen.
Now can you see it?
Yeah, now I can see it. I just explained Bitcoin, but nobody saw my screen.
You did really not see it? Hold on.
No.
Let's see. No, they did see it. They saw it.
Yeah. Okay, they can see it. Nice. Okay.
So with Litecoin, we know that Litecoin likes to follow Bitcoin, but not when Bitcoin takes on a new all-time high. So with Litecoin, what we've seen, I know I had my 39-day forecast, which is completely obsolete at the moment. We can see that Litecoin has had lower highs, continuously lower highs, which is not a good sign. And it looks like we're going to go to lower lows now. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. I thought that we were seeing a divergence on the 1 hour, is what we're looking at right now. I thought we were starting to see a divergence right around here, bullish divergence for Litecoin, and look at how far down it is. I mean, look at that, guys. So it's just, Litecoin's falling like a rock right now, which really isn't good. It's breaking multiple supports. I was trying to gear it towards seeing the lower lows for Litecoin. So we could see right here, we had a high right there. Actually, let's get over to the 4 hour. That'd be a better way to look at it. Okay, that's even better. Hold on. So with Litecoin, we've had continuous lower highs with lower lows, as you can see right there. And if we draw this out where this yellow line is, let's make it thicker, you can see we've had lower lows. I guess you could say that it was almost like a double bottom right here for Litecoin, but it's not necessarily a double bottom because the candlestick ended above there, so that's a lower low. And now we're even heading down further to another lower low. My first target was $49.60. It looks like it slammed right through there. My second target would be at around $48.25. But I mean, this thing could really fall down even further than that and double bottom at this level, which would actually be more likely at the current point. I mean, it's really oversold on the 1 hour, but on the 4 hour, it's still heading back down. It's not oversold on the 4 hour. Yeah, so it's not necessarily oversold in the 4 hour. I think it still has room to go down. So it could literally slam past $48.25 and head down to a double bottom at 45, which would probably be the case. So Bitcoin is obviously going up right now. Litecoin going down, further lows. And I think that this pace is going to continue. If we see a bounce at $48, we could see a minor bounce reaching up to a lower high, bringing us down to this bottom at $45, which is unfortunate, but that's just the case right now. I think that Litecoin will most likely bounce at this level, but it'll be a lower high, and then it'll fall further back down to 45. But it also depends on Bitcoin's moves. Bitcoin's heading up to, let's pull up Bitcoin real quick. I don't know, do you agree with me, Jeffrey?
Yeah. I agree, absolutely. I was just looking actually at the 1 day.
The 1 day for Litecoin?
Yeah, and we seem to be approaching a pretty major support, but it's still further down low.
What do you mean?
Well, I can share it on my screen.
Yeah, pull up your screen.
It's not a lot though. But as you can see, the price bounced a couple of times.
That's the LTC BTC, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay, so what I was looking at was LTC USD. So you can explain.
Yeah, but it gives a different perspective.
Yeah.
But basically what I'm looking at right now is for the Litecoin price to hit this level around, well, what shall we say, 940,000. That should be it. So follow the RSI. We are already on the daily charts, majorly oversold. But because of the current bearish market, I do believe we might briefly hit this level. So if you could get some buys filled around here, that would be absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I think it has some upside potential. What do you think?
No, I completely agree. For the Litecoin to Bitcoin pair, I think that will most likely bounce at that level. Let me pull it up. It's fallen pretty heavy right now. The LTC BTC pair, like.
Yeah, but it has fallen multiple times to this level, and so far it always recovered.
Yeah.
So I don't really see any reason why it shouldn't this time. At least I don't expect we are going to crash through that level and go down.
So we should expect a bounce there, which would almost equate. I mean, you can't really equate it to the U.S. dollar. If you guys are seeing that, so we've bounced there 2 times already, found support. So we could look at like anywhere from like 97 to 1 Satoshi. Is that what you think, Jeffrey?
Yeah, that's what I think. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that would be for the LTC BTC pair, and it looks like it's falling pretty hard, but hopefully we see a bounce there. And if we look at the LTC USD, that would probably be a bounce around this level, and like $48.20. But you can't really compare it to that because it's a lot different comparing LTC BTC to LTC USD. So, yeah, that would be a good catch at that level to buy. But if we fall through that major support, things aren't looking too spicy.
If we fall through that, I'm going to sell and never look back.
Yeah, that would not be good.
That's something you can calculate. You know, if we hit that support, you can put a stop loss just below it, and you have way more upside potential than downside.
Exactly. So definitely watch it closely, guys. And Bitcoin's gonna hit a new all-time high. It broke out of that wedge. Continuing to go up, but I think that I don't know. Jeffrey thinks that the 5th Elliott wave. You think it's gonna hit possibly 6,000, but I think that it could. I mean, it could hit 5,300 in reverse.
Possibly, yeah, somewhere between that level.
Like 53 to 6,000.
But where? That's the big question.
Yeah.
If I pull up my my Fibonacci.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up your screen.
It's one big question mark for me right now as to where we are going to go. But that being said, I think the RSI will help us here. If I look at the daily chart, it's close to being overbought, and I'm looking to hit this red line here. It's never been broken so far, and if we hit it, I'm going to sell. So that could be at 5,000, could be at 55, could be at 6. But if we hit this RSI line, and I will share this chart in the Slack channel, so you can always keep an eye on it. If we hit this line, I'm out. What do you think?
I think that's a good way to look at it, especially with the descending pattern. Hold on. What are you looking at? You're looking at the
the RSI, the bottom indicator.
But that would lead us.
Make it a bit larger.
That would lead us to lower lows, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if we have completed this wave, Bitcoin's going into regression for a long time. I mean, seriously, long time.
Which isn't good.
I mean, that we could go all the way to halfway 2018 in regression. I don't know. It all depends on a lot of factors. The stock market, institutional investors. Is there going to be an ETF? All those things have to be taken into account. But I see no reason for it to hit 10K right now.
Yeah, I think this year has been, extremely bullish, and I think it needs to rest.
If I pull up my week chart, look at this. Seriously, this has to correct sometimes. This cannot go on forever. And I know people are saying we already had 2 corrections, but these are not corrections. These are just part of the Elliott wave.
So, like, I guess you could say bullish corrections.
Yeah, but what we need in order to continue is going to be an ABC, which is like ABC. Like, seriously, at this level, I'm expecting to reach 2,000 or 2,500 somewhere next year. But this is not necessarily bad news. The alts have shown to do really well in a slow downtrend, because I don't think it will just crash. I think it will be going more like this.
Gradual.
Yeah, gradual decay. And after that, we are ready for another epic bull run for Bitcoin.
Yeah. And I think, well, we have to also, you know, take into account, there's 2 things that I came across with Bitcoin, and it wasn't just Bitcoin, it was cryptocurrencies in general. You have the USDT Tether, Tether coin, which I think is a huge scam, and it's supposedly backed by the US dollar, which is illegal. So I don't know if that could come into play, causing the next large correction. But we also have to think about the fact that we have a lot of things in stores for Bitcoin too, when it comes to like trading options, Wall Street. You know what I'm saying, Jeffrey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the ETF right now, even though people don't realize it, is the most important event, because if there is an ETF, then it becomes a lot more easier for institutional investors to buy Bitcoin. And they will buy Bitcoin.
And they'll drive the price up like we've never seen before.
Absolutely.
So, well, it all depends on that, and we don't have that yet. So it's kind of like a bickering back and forth.
Yeah. So okay. Shall we talk about altcoins for a bit?
Yeah, we can go over altcoins.
Because I'd like to talk about NEO. NEO took a bit of a hit, but actually this was expected. This is nothing I'm surprised about. A couple things can happen with NEO right now. We are closing the support line. We are really close to it now. We're falling hard. Probably by the time we get there, RSI is going to be oversold. Let me just put up a bit more MACD. There we go. MACD is turning bearish. 2 different things can happen right now. Either we bounce off this support line, and we are going back into accumulation until we break this level right over here. Let me paint it red for you. We go into accumulation mode, we stay between the lines, and we break out for a new all-time high. Or we can break support, in which case I would recommend to sell for now. And in that case, my buy target would be around here, about 240K, 250K, between those levels. But this is pure speculation. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. I think we will be going into accumulation and move up. Of course, you can never be sure. In which case, I have a couple of buy targets, 450K. And if we break that level, then I'm very sad to report we're going further down. But no reason to panic yet. No reason to panic. Do you agree? What do you think?
I agree with you. I'm looking at Vertcoin right now, because Vertcoin's kind of in the same position as NEO. It's similar, following the uptrend. I'll pull it up in a second. I'm trying to finish this out. So I'm looking for a bounce for Vertcoin too. Let me pull it in. I don't know if have you looked at Vertcoin yet, Jeffrey?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
So I'm looking at a bounce possibly around like 19,000 Satoshis, 19.5.
Can you pull up your chart?
What?
Can you pull your chart on YouTube?
Yeah, it is on there.
Nice.
So I'm looking at a bounce. We have to bounce off this uptrend line to continue going up. But if we don't, I think that we'll be heading down further. You can see there's a lot of selling pressure right now. This is on the 6 hour. So
but on Vertcoin, if you pull up the unbalanced volume, it's not looking too bad at all.
the unbalanced volume is increasing. So we're at some really telling points right now for a lot of these alternative coins. But I think the sooner Bitcoin hits the top, it's the sooner that these altcoins are going to wake back up. Right, Jeffrey?
Possibly, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one more altcoin party, at least this year. And that will probably be when Bitcoin has broken the all-time high and we are on a retrace. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm pretty confident it is going to happen probably. As you can see, the volume on a lot of coins is actually up, even though the price is down.
Because they're selling.
Yeah, so people are selling right now to get into Bitcoin, but when Bitcoin is going down, I am pretty confident a lot of people will sell and look for, for other cryptos to put their money in. And that's why I'm so bullish right now. I'm not necessarily looking to make profit this week, but I'm looking to make profit before the end of the year on a lot of positions, like Ripple, Vertcoin.
Yeah. Now, oh my gosh, Litecoin's taking a beating. Smack, smack, smack.
I'm going to buy if it hits my target line. I'm going to buy for short term.
For what?
For Litecoin.
For Litecoin, yeah. Yeah, I mean we've had 2 bounces there, so I would expect another bounce there at that level. But if we fall through that level, then things aren't looking too good.
Yeah, but that's why I will put a stop loss. I'd also like to talk about Ripple for a moment. I have the chart up. So Ripple, what is going on with Ripple? There's a reason I'm very excited for Ripple, and as you can see, that is the amount of volume is absolutely insane right now. It's never been so high. Not even at the previous high, the volume was lower. If you look at this buy-in right here, this is insane, guys. These are hundreds of millions of dollars being bought. I'm pretty confident that we might break the all-time high on volume very soon. And I will just go to the hourly chart and I will zoom in for a bit. Because as you can see, that was just a massive, massive sell-off. Somebody is selling a lot of Ripple. But the market is absorbing it for now. We are being bought back up. I'm just gonna keep an eye on this. My stop loss will be around here. And let's say you are not in Ripple right now, you want to take a position, then the best thing to do right now is to be patient. And I will put up a long position. Here we go. I would buy around here. You can set the target to to about 65. 65, this seems reasonable for the coming weeks. And you could possibly set your stop loss just below this dip right here. And what do I use this for? This actually calculates the amount of profit you will have divided by the amount of risk. So you could potentially lose, you could lose like 3% of your investment if you set your stop loss here, but you could gain 23%. And this is the way to make money, guys. It's the best way to calculate your risks versus your rewards. And in order to make money, you have to be you have to have a risk reward ratio of 1 and be successful 51% of your calls, or you can be a little bit more speculative, but if your risk reward ratio is 8, then you only have to be right about 20% of your calls in order to make money. And this is what I use this tool for. I try to be right about 70 or 80% of the calls. Of course, I'm not always right. That's why I set a stop loss. And in the future, I'm going to use stop losses when I make a call in the calls channel. So if you're going to join my position, I will show this indicator. From now on, you will know what it's used for. So put your buys here. You can see the price. It's exactly 525, so 5,250 Satoshi. Set your stop loss at 5,100, and then you should set your target at 6,000. And that's the way to make a bit of nice money.
I think it's always safe to go a little bit lower than that, just because it can be like a shakeout, because a lot of people get their stop loss orders hit from market abusers, and they lose out and their stop loss is hit. They don't have any coin, and then it goes right back up. So it's always good to have some room for that stop loss, just in case there is some market manipulation, so that you don't miss out. And we tell you the stop loss, and whenever we tell you a stop loss, we'll give you like a percentage to save your stop losses for, so that you don't have to have your stop loss hit and then the coin goes back up. I don't know if you agree, Jeffrey.
Absolutely, I agree. It's happened to me plenty of times that actually my stop loss got triggered by one single dump, and then it went back up. And also, I've got some concern for some of you guys. I am telling you for about 2 weeks now to sell OMG. And I still get questions. Should I sell? Yes, you should sell. If you look at this move right here, this move is insane. It doesn't make any sense. This is like 15 times up without a proper correction. I would sell, and I would look to buy back. Firstly, at this level right here. And if you are long-term, if you're a long-term trader, you don't have to sell. You can wait. You can just wait out the ride. It will go lower a bit, and then possibly it will go higher. But if you've seen 15x moves up, and you see a head and shoulders forming, because that's what I've drawn last time here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. It's a bit deformed, doesn't matter. But as you can see, the price went into the right shoulder. It barely touched the high because there was so much selling pressure, and then boom, you're down 50%. So that's why it's dangerous to invest in coins that have already started a bull run, that are up 10 times. You're gonna buy. Let's say you bought here. You bought here during the hedge. You thought you were going to get rich, and now your money is gone, or at least a part of it is gone. So that's why you always have to wait for a correction, buy into the correction, buy at this level, buy at this level. let me just put some lines here. Here you can buy here, and then you've got a pretty safe investment for the longer term. See, if the price has reached this level and maybe even the 23 Fibonacci, after that you can just sit back, don't worry too much, because I do not think the price will go like that. Nobody thinks that. What I do think is the price might go like this. So it's going to take a while. There's going to be a bit more dump, and then it's back up for OMG. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Pretty important. Do not buy hypes. If you buy hypes, you're going to get
wrecked. I never had OMG, so I'm fine and dandy with that. Someone asked if I called out a buy for Vertcoin. Yes, I did. I just mapped it out a second ago. Vertcoin could hit. I'm looking for a bounce for Vertcoin. Even though I'm not trading it, I have most of mine in storage, which is fine by me because I'm already, you know, in the green for my Vertcoin. But I'm looking for a bounce relatively soon, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm looking at. Yeah, there's certain coins like I don't know if Jeffrey, I don't know if you agree, but the coins that were pumping in the past like 3 weeks the most, like some of these coins, like ARK, I think is one of them. I think that they are going to keep falling, like OMG is going to keep falling, and I think that the original relevant alts are going to wake up once Bitcoin hits its top. I don't know if you agree, Jeffrey, for these new altcoins.
I agree. That's why I'm into Steem. Let's say if we get a correction of that magnitude on the market, the only coins that are going to perform well are coins that have a lot of value to them, a working proposition, history, not just promises. So yeah, that's why I'm into those types of coins right now. Ripple, Steem. What else do we have? Ethereum. Although I'm neutral about Ethereum. I think it's because of all the ICOs. It's just going to stay at this level for a while because all the ICOs are selling off their Ethereum. The hundreds of millions they've raised, they want to cash them out. So basically that's what's happening right now, and that's what's putting a lot of pressure on the Ethereum market. If you are interested in ARK and coins like that, wait until the RSI is oversold on the daily and then just buy. And I think a good buy level would be at previous stops for multiple coins. For example, ARK, it's nearing the previous stop right now. And that's where I would recommend to buy.
Where's your, you're looking at ARK? Yeah, so Vertcoin's coming close to that level right now. Vertcoin is at 20,000 sats.
So you see, I see I'm on YouTube right now with ARK. We've got multiple support levels, and this is the exact same thing as I've drawn out with NEO before, and the target was hit beautifully. I am waiting for the price to either very quickly dip into this level right here, or to recover a bit, make one more low, so we can hit the rising support over here. And those are levels I would be interested in buying because those are proven levels. The market has been on them for a long time. Hit a couple of times here. Here we had a small breach, didn't last very long. So these are supports I trust. You see, supports like this are nice, but if they are broken, then it's rip ARK. See this support here, hit it 2 times, it's broken, bam, your money is gone. So I'm looking for the older supports on multiple coins for ARK, for Steam, basically anything that has like history to it.
Yeah, some of these coins are coming close to it as well.
Yeah, some of these coins are going to be really interesting once Bitcoin starts to take a dump.
So yes, I mean I think it's going to be relatively soon for these altcoins, but we just have to wait for Bitcoin to top out. And you guys just saw us map it out when we think that it could possibly top out and finish the fifth wave. And it's actually it's getting closer and closer in a shorter period of time. So I mean, Jeffrey, do you see? Actually, no. I think it's going to break out of the all-time high, but I don't think it's going to be too significant. That's what I think.
That's what I think as well. Absolutely.
I think it's just going to go up a little bit, maybe a few $100s, and then there's going to be a sell-off.
Yeah, I agree fully. It looks weak. It is weak. This is not a strong rally. Unless we get a candle that looks like this after the breakout. You see we have a top here, and then we get a candle that is this large, then maybe we can get some momentum going, but this is not momentum that we have right now.
Very low volume rally. So 47.65. Yeah, so I think we should just watch it closely. I think Bitcoin is the best hedge right now out of any coin. I think that's where everyone's putting their money is Bitcoin, especially like people. That's why we've seen so many dumps with the altcoins because they're all running into Bitcoin. Now, people had questions about hedging into Bitcoin for the fork to get free coins. And I think that's one way you can think of it. But I just don't think that. I think there has to be a retracement before the fork. I just really do see a retracement before the fork happening. But yeah, people are jumping into Bitcoin because they want to get the free coins or whatever, and hedging into that. So
yeah, and once the fork is done, people are gonna get out of Bitcoin, and that's why I'm timing it together with the fifth Elliott wave up. If we reach it and the fork is done, and people realize like, oh my God, I bought Bitcoin at the all-time high, there's no volume, there's going to be a sell-off that you can't believe. And I'm looking to short it, to be honest. If I remove my indicators, I'm going to tell you my personal game plan that is highly risky. Don't recommend it. Don't do it. All your money can be lost. But I'm going on the logarithmic scale. What am I looking for? I am looking to break this.
that's a good way to look at it.
See, we are now in logarithmic. It's a percentual scale. And I'm putting the wedge like this. I have to be very precise. And I'm going to be waiting. And I think as I look at it right now, I believe this line right here is a good target for Bitcoin, the last up. And when that has happened, when we either hit this line, the RSI hits this red line, then I'm going to be short.
Yeah, that'll be the end.
Luck.
Risky Jeffrey in the house. Hold on.
So yeah, do we have any requests for coins?
I'm over here trying to trade while we're in the live stream. Oh my gosh. Let's check out the
Lisk.
chatbots.
Yeah, I can see Lisk.
I think XLM looks good. Stellar Lumens is a fork of Ripple.
What do you think of this chart I'm creating right now? Because I actually like Lisk. I like it a lot. And as you can see, together with all the other coins going on right now, all the other examples that I've shown, is that we are approaching a major support. And do I expect new all-time highs for all altcoins after we hit these supports? No, I don't. But if you buy a couple of altcoins at these older supports, there has to be a bounce here. The RSI is going oversold. We are reaching major support. This is a massive crash. There has to be some sort of correction. And I would suggest just pull up your Fibonacci and look for a 061 retracement. No, don't be too greedy. 20%, it's more than enough for one trade. I mean, institutional investors are happy with 0.2%. So that's what I'd be looking at if I was going to actively trade altcoins, and I am. I would be looking to just take this at 70K and just sell it at, 110K, and then you have a nice 20% profit that you can put in your pocket. And my goal for trading is to get as much Bitcoin as possible, not necessarily USD.
Bitcoin's taken off.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's taken. The volume's increasing.
Can you do XLM? We've got a request for XLM.
Yeah, I'll pull up XLM. Litecoin's coming awfully close to this support. Jeffrey, are you looking at that?
No, because I'm sharing my screen. I'm waiting for you to share your screen.
I have my screen shared.
Okay, yep. Okay, nice.
Litecoin's coming really close to this point. And that's a thick, this is a 1 day.
It's coming close. It absolutely is. I recommend putting some buy orders there, actually.
Yeah.
Why do you think support doesn't say anything? I mean, I agree to an extent that supports like this, do not underestimate them, because they are old, they are tested, and they will hold today. If this support breaks today, I will give everyone some free kin. But it really has to break. The candle has to close below today. I can put money on this, that this is going to hold, at least for a short time, and then maybe another up. Take the Fibonacci, draw it out, look for 20%, look for the 061, put a sell there, and you've got 30% profit. No problem. What do you think?
All right. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that, well, I think it's, if we break through that support, it's another story. But I think that if we don't, and if we bounce off of here, then that's a sure tell sign that we're going to be moving back up pretty heavily as well. So that's, I mean, it's a major telling point. So, I mean, the support has been supported multiple times bouncing off of it. And if we fall through it, that's going to be a big deal. So
yeah, but if we fall through it, then we can quickly sell So
Yeah.
that's not the reward is going to be much greater than the risk. And that's
Exactly.
what you need to be looking for when trading.
Risk reward ratio. So I'm gonna pull up XLM. XLM is kind of acting with Ripple. Charts actually look really similar too if you compare Ripple to XLM. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up. One moment, hold on. Let me pull this. I swear if Litecoin doesn't bounce.
It will bounce.
Yeah, I mean the reward is there. There's a lot bigger reward than risk, but it's like if it breaks through that, it's like, okay, now there's a lot more risk.
Yeah, true.
Gotta look at both sides of the table a little bit, but I agree. Let me pull up. So XLM is looking a lot like Ripple in multiple ways. Really heavy sell-off we saw a pretty heavy sell-off for Ripple today. But I think it'll find ground. Let me pull up my thing. And the reason why I'm comparing it to Ripple is because they are relatively, close to being the same coin. So the on-bounce volume is continuing to go up. I think that on the 4-hour, we're going to become oversold, and then we'll see a bounce for Ripple. And Ripple usually, it leads its own way. It doesn't follow any other altcoins. It does its own thing, and consistently does so. So I think that Ripple is going to continue to go down a little bit, just like XLM, and then we'll find support down once it's oversold, and then we'll bounce. I don't know if you think the same thing. I mean, Ripple and XLM are really comparable. I mean, the volume is spiked for Ripple. Same for Stellar Lumens. I think that the risk is a lot higher for actually. I mean, I think there's more reward in Stellar Lumens than Ripple. Let me pull this up. I think that we could be heading towards the third wave. We broke out a little bit though, fell apart. We just have to wait for Stellar Lumens to find support, and then it would be a good buy.
One more chart I would like to look at though.
So I'm holding my Ripple. I don't have any Stellar Lumens. Lumens is taking a bigger hit than Ripple, so I would hold off on Lumens for a little while until we update you guys. It could bounce. It could bounce down here, basically like a double bottom. Ripple doesn't seem to be the case right now.
Oh, actually, Bitcoin just achieved 51% market dominance again. So right now, Bitcoin dominates the market again for the first since May.
Which is why the altcoins are falling.
So yeah, let me check the chat box for a while. Okay. One more coin I would like to talk about is ADA. In all honesty, I am thinking about buying this. And why am I thinking so? If you look at all the other coins that are dumping beyond belief, and you look at ADA, there's not much happening here. So this is bullish right now. The whole market is crashing, and ADA isn't doing anything. So, in my opinion, this is bullish, and I'm going to buy as soon as we break this line. You know, one could say drop it down a little bit. We already broke out, and that's what I think is what actually happened here. But you see, it matches perfectly, and we are continually testing this line, and we broke it, but then the alt crash came, everything went to shit, so it dropped what, 1%? Not no, let's say it dropped 5%, not even. It only dropped a couple percent. So I think once the bear market for now ends, that we could see a major up on ADA. I'm talking like all the way. Hold on, let me get my marker. Up to 62. That's not that wouldn't be too crazy actually. So yeah, I'm just watching this, and as soon as it pops, I will put a call out to buy, because to me this looks good.
Vercoin's about to break support.
Oh, Idawu, if you want to see my thought on XRP, just rewind back to 5 minutes, and you will be able to hear what our thought is. You can actually just rewind the stream. Just one more thing I'd like to say. The website is probably going to be live this Saturday. We are wrapping things up now. We found another payment service provider which actually supports Bitcoin. That was kind of the whole deal that slowed us down. All I have to do is set that up, and we are ready to go. So I'm excited about it. So do we have anything else to share?
I think that's everything. So Bitcoin's running up. So people know that Bitcoin's running up towards the all-time high right now. Doesn't look like it's stopping. It's not going to stop. Probably going to break out into a new all-time high. We'll have to see how high it's going to go. So we'll keep you guys updated. Litecoin could find ground around the level that it's at right now. Maybe a little further, maybe a shake off, and then it could go back up. It's a lot more reward on the LTC-BTC ratio. And we went over Ripple. Ripple looks better than Stellar Lumens at the moment. I don't have any Stellar Lumens. I have Ripple. I have Vertcoin, which is literally looks like it's breaking out of, it's falling through support right now. We'll see if it catches. I'm going to give it a minute. And then, yeah, so I have Ripple, Bitcoin, Vertcoin, and Litecoin. That's pretty much everything.
Yeah, some final thoughts about Bitcoin. Keep an eye on this rising resistance right here. Keep an eye on the RSI. If we hit this, I do actually suggest to sell. As soon as we do, I will put a call out in the calls channel, of course. I expect we might hit 6,000. That's my target. If we don't reach it, fine. Probably the RSI will show us if we're not going to reach it. And that is also the time that I will initiate a short. I do not endorse shorting for people that have not been trading very long, or if you're new to shorting, don't do it. It's extremely risky. Bitcoin will eat you alive, so be careful, guys.
Yeah, shorting is like gambling if you don't know what you're doing. Even I don't short that often or margin trade. It depends on the situation, but if you're going to be doing that, I would definitely use a small amount at first, and also I would definitely if you'd have to be a trader, like a full-time trader that has experience to be doing that, to be shorting, because you're basically gambling.
Exactly, it's very dangerous. So I guess for now that concludes it. When is our next live stream planned? Friday or actually Wednesday, maybe Thursday?
For what?
Just the next update. When are we going to do it?
We can do it. What's today's date? We can do it Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. We'll discuss it together, and then we will announce it in the calls channel. Actually, all the charts that I've created, I will put them in the channel as well, so you can look them back, you can follow them, you can update them, maybe use them as reference. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. On some sides, it's looking bad on others. It's all perspective, and even in bad markets, you can find good trades if you spend enough time.
And Vertcoin's getting close, so I'll update you guys on Vertcoin, because Vertcoin's getting close to breaking support. I don't know if you want to look at that real quick before we tune out.
Yeah, just take the chart.
Vertcoin's really oversold on the 4-hour. Hold on. I'll do this real quick. So we'll have to watch Vertcoin closely. So I'll keep you guys updated. I do have to do some things in regards to work. So I might not be fully available, but I'll be available in the Slack channel. And I'll let you guys know what's up with Vertcoin, because we're getting close to that telling point. We're going to be breaking support. So that's everything. Jeffrey, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, thanks everyone for the support. I'm gonna hope to, when the website is live and we get enough members, we actually plan on doing this full time. So, the more people get in, the more you will hear from us. So yeah, thanks everyone. I appreciate it a lot. If you have any questions, just ask. I'm trying to answer as much as I can. I'm getting a ton of questions, so if I miss yours, same for Crypto Hedge, I reckon. Just hit us up again, and we will try our best.
Tag us at Crypto Hedge or at Jeffrey. But yeah, all right, guys. I will. We'll talk to you guys soon. Communicate with us in the Slack channel.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, bye.